were supposed to fight back in March, but Frank Sanchez had a knee injury, and we see Frank Sanchez have some very good head movement and footwork. How will his footwork and his head movement do after coming off a knee injury? Will he look good? Will he look sloppy? Or will he... What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are predicting the upcoming fight this weekend between Frank Sanchez versus Richard Torrez Jr. Now, I like this fight a lot for both fighters. You got Frank Sanchez, who has a sharp jab, has very good footwork and movement, is a very good counter puncher, is very patient, and has some of the best defense awareness in the heavyweight division today. And then you got Richard Torrez on the other hand, who's a very good southpaw who pressures you a lot, has a high punch volume, he's probably a very good inside fighter. He has relentless pressure and has explosive outbursts where he just has explosive punches. But listen, what I'm curious to know is how will Richard Torrez do in this fight against a guy, I wouldn't say top, but against a guy who's fought good competition. Like, you got Frank Sanchez, who's fought Junior Fa, who's a decent fighter, lost to Aja Caballel. And guys, mind you, I don't know if a lot of you guys remember this, but Frank Sanchez is the only guy to beat Ife Ajapa. And we just saw Ife Ajapa destroy Charles Martin in under 6 rounds. And mind you, Charles Martin, a former heavyweight champion, has fought top tier dudes. So for freaking Ife Ajapa to do that, and just know how Frank Sanchez did him, that's a very impressive win right there. But you got Richard Torrez Jr., which I think he's a very dangerous fighter. In my opinion, one of the most dangerous prospects. Him and most of the time are probably one of the two most dangerous prospects. But listen, guys. Looking at Richard Torrez Jr.'s last fight, he was beating the dog crap out of the dude for only 1 round. And the fight and the guy didn't even want to continue, guys. That's how dangerous of a fighter Richard Torrez Jr. really is. But like I said, I'm curious to see how he would do on a guy who's fought some competition. But the thing is, I have a problem with this fight for Frank Sanchez is that he's not as active. He hasn't fought since February last year, or that was February 22, 2015, 2025. So yeah, it's been quite some time since he's fought. And mind you, one thing I am concerned about in this fight for Frank Sanchez is that they were supposed to fight back in March, but Frank Sanchez had a knee injury, and we see Frank Sanchez have some very good head movement and footwork. How will his footwork and his head movement do after coming off a knee injury? Will he look good? Will he look sloppy? Or will he look not that good? That's something that I don't know that needs to be answered. And I have a question, and I have a concern for Richard Torrez. Can Richard Torrez do good and fight on the outside? Because I feel like Frank Sanchez is going to possibly keep him on the outside because he has such a sharp jab. So, and obviously Richard Torrez Jr., his main thing is fighting on the inside. So how will he fight on the outside? Will he not feel comfortable? Will he be fine? That's the question. Because if you look at his entire boxing career, he hasn't really been staying on the outside as much. He's always usually ready and prepared, fighting on the inside, always in your face. But will he be like that in this fight? Because mind you, when Frank Sanchez fought Aja Caballel, Aja Caballel is an inside fighter. He was keeping people on the outside and gave Aja Caballel some trouble. But even though I think Richard Torrez Jr. is a better fighter than Aja Caballel, you guys can tag me in the comments, have y'all opinions in the comments below. And I think Richard Torrez Jr. beats Aja Caballel. But like I said, y'all let me know in the comments if you guys disagree or not. But like I said, how will Frank Sanchez do against a very explosive fighter? Obviously, you know, he's fought a lot of explosive fighters because in the heavyweight division, there's a lot of explosive fighters. So he's fought some explosive fighters. Even Junior Fa was kind of an explosive fighter a little bit. But hey, I'm gonna say this, guys. I've seen the betting odds of this fight, and a lot of people actually think that this fight's somebody's getting knocked out. I think that this fight goes the distance. I think Frank Sanchez has the fight IQ, has the self-awareness, has the footwork, has the head movement, has a very sharp jab. I believe he has the tools to go the whole distance with Richard Torrez Jr. If I'm not mistaken, this is Richard Torrez Jr.'s first time in a 12-round fight. So how will he do? If Frank Sanchez playing this fight smart, how will he do for 12 rounds? Will his cardio gas out? Will he be the same fighter? Well, obviously, you know, you're going to get tired a little bit, but, like, will he be extremely tired where he may get knocked out or just get beat on for the rest of the fight? Or will he have that same stamina for 12 rounds? And that's something where I don't know if that can really happen. Listen, I think Richard Torrez Jr. is a good fighter, but my thing is, I feel like if this goes after the 6 rounds, I feel like that's when the fight gets interesting, and that's where we kind of see how good will Richard Torrez Jr. really be in the second half of the fight. But now, who do I got winning this fight? I got Richard Torrez Jr. by a split decision, guys. Listen, this is a high possibility where Frank Sanchez could win this fight. It is a very close fight, and I think this is going to be the fight of the night here. But I just think Richard Torrez is going to, you know, have the ability. You know, he has the age, has the speed, the hand speed. But the thing is, like, I just don't know if Richard Torrez Jr. has the feet, like the footwork and stuff, because obviously Frank Sanchez, and this is like a kind of like a technical long range match. I favor Frank Sanchez. So what I'm trying to say is, if it's on the outside, I favor Frank Sanchez. But if it goes on the inside, that could go either way, because even Frank Sanchez is a good inside fighter too. So it could go either way here, guys. But that will be the end of the video, guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share my videos with your friends, and hit the notifications if you guys want to see what I upload. Comment down below your predictions in the comments down below. And thank y'all for 92 subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the summer. At least 100 subscribers. So if you guys can hit that like, subscribe button, I'll be very appreciative of that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.